Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah kembali berjumpa dengan beliau punya saudara. Detik-detik Valentina Gomez di Kuliti di acara Piers Morgan, ya. Jadi setelah peristiwa bagaimana Valentina Gomez visanya ditolak ya oleh pemerintah Inggris, kemudian dia diundang di acara Piers Morgan, salah satu talk show terkenal. Nah, di situ dia di Kuliti Habis ya. Kali ini Piers Morgan murka menyatakan ketidaksukaannya terhadap Valentina Gomez karena mengatakan Menteri Dalam Negeri Inggris Sabana Mahmud itu sebagai seorang yang Muslim Pakistan yang kotor seperti itu. Di depan Valentina Gomez, Piers Morgan pun langsung mengatakan tanpa tedeng aling-aling, Anda itu sangat memuakkan Islamofobik yang membenci 2 miliar muslim di bumi ini, di planet ini hanya karena agamanya ya. Kali ini kita perlu acungi jempol untuk Piers Morgan yang membungkam Valentina Gomez.
I would simply say to Valentina Gomez that sometimes when people show themselves, you should believe them when they show you. And your reaction to the English-born Home Secretary of my country, Shabana Mahmood, who's a diligent, hard-working, intelligent, decent person born in Birmingham in the Midlands of my country. Your reaction to her, calling her a dirty Pakistani Muslim, was one of the most disgusting things I've seen or heard in a very long time. And it showed you for what you are. You are a disgusting, Islamophobic bigot that hates 2 billion people on this planet simply because of their religion.
They hate me too.
And shame on you.
They hate people
shame
like
on
me.
you.
They hate
You
people
won't-
like you.
you
They
won't-
hate people
you
like
won't-
your
you-
wife.
you're only-
Sorry,
you're
we don't hate you.
You're only back.
I promise we don't hate
You're
you.
only back on this program. You're only back on this program because you were banned from my country. I say good on you, Home Secretary.
Because my message-
You're a more decent person
because my
than
message
Valentina Gomez
resonates.
could ever
Yours-
dream of
I
being.
would-
Nah, di acara Piers Morgan juga tidak hanya Valentina Gomez yang diundang, tapi menghadirkan juga tokoh yang berseberangan di Inggris, ya, seorang jurnalis Inggris yaitu Sami Hamdi. Ini lebih menohok lagi bagaimana dia membongkar fakta-fakta propaganda anti-Islam yang dikampanyekan oleh Valentina Gomez dengan data statistik. Bahkan data statistiknya ditunjukkan di muka Valentina Gomez. Saudara, ini sebuah pukulan telak bagi Valentina Gomez. Karena selama ini Valentina Gomez itu menyerang Islam dengan tuduhan-tuduhan yang sangat keji, pemerkosalah, perampoklah, dan sederet tuduhan-tuduhan keji yang sama sekali tidak berdasarkan fakta.
Here's, I went to the website of the Office for National Statistics and the Bureau of Justice of the Americans. And here you can see, these are all the victims saying who their perpetrators are. And here they say that it's people that they know, it's their family members, it's their friends, it's their acquaintances. Only this small number over here is done by strangers or what she calls grooming gangs. You can see the overwhelming majority are done by those that they know or those or their relatives. Nobody says this is white Christian sexual epidemic. If you look at the population, she says that they're being taken over. This is the population of Muslims in the UK and in the US. In the US, 1.1%, in the UK, 6%. Tell me, where is the takeover that's taking place here? Piers, when you look at the crimes that are committed against Brits, and I'm a Brit, I'm born and raised here, against our sisters and our daughters and the like. Here are the crimes committed by Jimmy Savile and Rolf Harris. Nobody says this is white Christian rape. No one says this is a white Christian problem. Everybody says crime has no faith and it has no race. This was committed by vile individuals and justice should be delivered. Piers, when you look at the Office of National Statistics and you see the number of people incarcerated in the UK, you can see that they are overwhelmingly white. But nobody says that this country has a white criminal problem. No one says that this is a Christian problem. Everybody says this is a criminal problem by vile people because crime has no faith and crime has no race. Piers, when you look at the mass shootings in America that kill students and kill their children, this is the data from the Bureau of Justice in America. This is by white shooters, this is by ethnic minorities. No one says that in America they have a white Christian shooting problem because they know crime has no faith, they know crime has no race, and they know that it is individuals who need to be brought to justice.
Itu dia tadi bagaimana data statistik ya, bagaimana kejahatan-kejahatan yang dilakukan di seluruh Eropa dan Inggris, ya, dilakukan kebanyakan oleh orang-orang yang bukan agama Islam. Kejahatan adalah kejahatan, bukan dilihat dari apa agamanya. Dia adalah kriminal individu yang bisa saja dilakukan oleh siapapun dari kelompok agama manapun. Namun yang dilakukan oleh Valentina Gomez adalah memframing bahwa pelaku kejahatan itu dilakukan oleh umat Islam. Faktanya yang baru saja terjadi justru, saudara, berita terbaru ini, bagaimana seorang Islamofobik kulit putih di Inggris baru saja dihukum minimal 14 tahun penjara karena memperkosa dan melakukan tindakan kekerasan di rumah seorang wanita yang diduga menurutnya itu adalah seorang muslim, padahal bukan seorang muslim tapi seorang Sikh. Jadi ada seorang pria yang nekat masuk ke rumah seorang wanita karena diduga wanita itu adalah menurutnya itu dikiranya muslim, ternyata bukan, dengan melakukan serangan verbal, melontarkan kata-kata anti-Islam, kemudian memukul dan sampai memperkosa sang wanita itu. Itu dilakukan siapa? Ternyata pelakunya bukanlah orang Islam tapi orang kulit putih Islamofobik, dan dijatuhi hukuman 14 tahun penjara minimal. Sungguh-sungguh sangat memalukan, saudara, fakta yang terjadi. Lagi-lagi Valentina Gomez tertampar fakta.
Yes, well, emotions were incredibly high in court today, where there was a heavy intake of breath could be heard from the victim as she heard the life sentence passed on the man who raped her inside her own home in Warsaw. Now, it was a full courtroom in Birmingham Crown Court today to witness the sentencing of John Ashby. Appearing from custody, the 32-year-old of no fixed address spoke only to confirm his name. Now, he'd been on trial this week for raping a Sikh woman who he targeted because she thought was Muslim. On the second day of his trial, he changed his pleas to admit charges of rape, robbery, intentional strangulation and racially aggravated assault. Now, during the trial, CCTV footage was shown of the moments leading up to the attack in October last year. Speaking at the sentencing hearing today, prosecutor Mr. Bradley Casey said that Ashby had spotted his victim on the bus. He remained on that bus, kept her in sight for several minutes before following her and arming himself with a stick. Ashby then forced himself into the house, hit the woman repeatedly with the stick, shouted racial slurs at her and forced her into the bathtub before raping her. Well, the prosecutor said she was evidently terrified, and there was evidence today said in court too graphic to explain to you tonight. Well, the court was also told of how Ashby had a history of drug abuse related mental illness. At the time of the attack, he was homeless, having been discharged from psychiatric care 3 days earlier. Now, today in court, cameras were present, only present in the most serious of cases in court.